Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Monday. I hope you had a fabulous weekend with your family. I hope you got some time off. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen, and I am excited to share with you another Monday of the Successful Women's Mindset Book Launch Summit, where I have the privilege and the honor of interviewing entrepreneurial women from all over the world that truly embody the successful woman's mindset. You can learn more about my book, my first book, yay, excited that it's coming out in the next few weeks in your hands at thesuccessfulwomensmindset.com. Today, I'm excited to have Megan Fenyoe. Hi, Megan. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor.
And you're in beautiful San Diego, which many people watching know that I love Las Vegas. It's my favorite city in the world, but San Diego is right there as a close second.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous this morning.
I'm lucky I get to visit as often. Plus, it's so close that
it is. It's so close.
I get the benefit of the desert and the beach this way between Vegas and San Diego.
Yep, definitely.
Well, I'm excited to share with everybody a little bit about you today. So I'm going to go ahead and share that and we'll jump right in. So Megan is a veteran, a licensed clinical social worker, transformational mindset coach, best-selling author, and professional speaker and podcast host, which we'll be touching on all that today. She recently published a book called You Are Enough, 5 Steps to Move from Struggles to Strength, which was the #1 new release on Amazon and made the best-selling author list. Welcome. Oh, that's so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what the successful woman's mindset means to you.
I absolutely love this question because as a transformational mindset coach and a mental health therapist, I really focus on mindset because 99.9% of the things that we think about can influence right here, right now, and our future. And so the successful woman's mindset means to me identifying and acknowledging limiting self-beliefs. And instead of saying, oh, they're here and I'm going to allow myself to fall into that negative belief, it's working and developing skills to combat those negative mindset, those limiting self-beliefs. And it also means really like unapologetically owning who we are, owning our limiting self-beliefs, but also saying, I am not this person. I am not what I think I am at times when things get difficult. So, the mindset for me is all about authenticity, being vulnerable, and just owning who you are.
I love, one of my favorite things in this summit is I've interviewed probably about 15 women now the last few Mondays, and I've got 2 more Mondays to go after today and 3 more interviews today, is that the definition that each woman gives is so unique within itself, but still crosses over what every other woman says. And that's been the most rewarding thing for me, is to learn about women like you that are out there, that are making it happen, that are sharing with others their successes as well as their challenges. And I love that we have a lot of crossover, Megan. I have a master's in marriage and family therapy.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't practice. But I went back to school and got my master's because it was so important for me to understand in my clients' minds, how do we teach them and show them how to change their thought process? And a lot of that is what you talked about, limited beliefs. And a lot of times, so what's neat is in my book, I talk about growth mindset versus fixed mindset, which I'm sure you know all about from school.
Yeah.
And what you talked about, the limited beliefs and the limits, is related obviously to the fixed mindset, thinking this is where I'm at, I'm never going to be more, this is my limit, versus when you start accepting the growth mindset and recognize that your limits are based on you. I probably say that a dozen times. The only limit is you. The only thing standing in your way is you. But people say to me, well, what do you mean? No, I don't have money. I don't have education. I'm like, wait, okay, you can get that. You can get that. You can get that. And that really is the growth mindset. Right. You recognize your limits are based on you, and now go out and find out how to. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed, and I agree. I don't know what the statistic is about mindset. I did some research. There's some amazing psychologists and professors that have done some real deep research about mindset. But I always say the same thing. I can teach you every tool in the book to be successful in your business or in your speaking. But if you don't have the mindset and the desire, those tools get put under the carpet. You never use them. Have you found that with your clients as well?
Definitely. And that's one reason why I wrote my book, is because I was not feeling enough. I was involved in a very narcissistic, abusive marriage. And although professionally I've been doing therapy for 15 years and I'm launching, this new business, I really wanted to get to the heart of why we feel like we're not enough at times, whether it be in our, relationships, health, career, whatever it is. And so in my book, I share that story of my struggle, but how I was able to move in my strength and developed this 5-step system that I actually worked through myself. And it really talks about rediscovering yourself. And one of the chapters talks about one of my favorite things is grounding, which I'm sure as a MFT is
you've got to have that in your life. Yeah.
And people don't realize it's the simple things that we probably already do, but it's finding that closure. What I talk about is finding that closure from your past, because when we really start rediscovering ourselves, we realize how many messages that we tell ourselves based on past experiences, past people that have hurt us. And so finding that closure of who you were during those times allows you to focus on the here and now and really start working those grounding skills to believe that you are enough, to believe that you can create this life that you've always dreamed of. And it does take work. And so with my clients, we really focus on the rediscovering yourself. And when we do that, what negative thoughts are coming up and how do we combat that? So it's a lot of reality testing your thoughts, because like I said, most of our thoughts are emotional, right? Instead of rational. And so we really want to work through rationalizing these thoughts. And when you have this thought, combating it with something that's positive. And I've seen over my 15 years of work, just such amazing transformations, and even in myself, but more importantly with my clients, where my clients thrive and they're able to create businesses they never thought of. They have confidence and clarity to, create a healthy lifestyle. And so that is what my passion and purpose is. That is why I love to do the work that I do, knowing that you literally can change your thought process just by doing some work and getting some support.
And it is work.
It is work.
There is no magic formula. It's very important that anybody that's listening understands. The reason that I wrote this book, similar to why Megan wrote her book, is because we've experienced it ourselves. The genuine, authentic women out there, entrepreneurs, authors, are writing about their own experiences. And Megan has experienced things, and now she's sharing with you the steps that she physically tried and worked for her. And the Successful Woman's Mindset book is the same thing. 21 characteristics that I've embraced in 25 years of being an entrepreneur that I know with steps. And one of my exercises is also parallel, Megan. I love our synergy. I get clients, and I have it in the book that shares with you how to learn to believe in yourself, what exercise you can do every day to do so. Something as simple as saying it out loud, looking in the mirror. And one of my favorite chapters in my book is called She Overcomes Future Obstacles by Using Past Successes. And I love that you said that, because you can look in your past. So many people typically look in their past for the things that have hurt them and continue to allow them to control them, instead of, wait, why don't I instead look at how I succeeded? So for example, you were in this marriage. You could have spent the rest of your life focusing on what it did to you, how it caused you to not believe in yourself, all the negativity. Instead, you're like, wait, I left, I succeeded, I accomplished, I'm successful today.
Yeah.
And now you're going, wait, I could keep taking those steps and revisiting them in other obstacles in my life.
Yeah.
I love that. So how do you personally embody the Successful Woman's Mindset, and how do you help your clients embody it?
It's such an important question. And like you said earlier, it does take work. Just because I'm a therapist and I wrote this book, I struggle daily with negative, beliefs and thoughts. And it's really paying attention, consciously paying attention to what we're telling ourselves. Because if you think about it, if you took a day and you literally paid attention to everything that we say to ourselves, it's astounding, all the negatives. So for me, and what I teach my clients is being consciously aware of what we're saying to ourselves. And what I love about my book is I pose a question at the end of every chapter and then a place to journal, so that you're actually like in the midst of this book and really starting to take those steps to believe that you are enough, to believe that you have, the confidence to do this. And so it's paying attention to those thoughts and then really working on, maybe at the moment you can't do like a grounding exercise, but saying, okay, I'm thinking of this thought, I'm going to quick distract myself. And then later in the day, I'm really going to take some time to figure out where this thought came from, to reality test it, and to come up with something more positive. So we don't always want to just ignore the thoughts, because we're going to find that they're going to continue to come up.
They keep showing up. I don't care who you are. If you're, oh, I'm fine, this isn't something I have to deal with. Yeah. Oh, it'll keep showing up. And I get the question a lot, well, what do you mean it's going to keep showing up? And I respond with, look at your life. Mm-hmm. Dissect it for just a minute. I do this exercise with my clients where we do a timeline. Yeah. I said, now pick out of your life how many times a similar situation occurred with either different people or in work or in relationships. And do you see a pattern? And I know you probably do this too.
I do.
And they said, oh my gosh, I do. Well, don't you think it's time to deal with it so you stop having the same pattern? Mm-hmm. And that's when they go, wait, yeah, you're right. That's what Megan's talking about, where it keeps showing up. It keeps showing up. And it will, trust me. I've experienced that. I'm sure Megan's experienced that.
Goodness.
Yeah. I've experienced that with friendships, where if I didn't speak my voice and I just slowly started, let's say, pushing that person away, oh, it'll show up in the next friend and in the next friend. So then I finally learned I had to start voicing my disconcern, my issues with whatever was going on. Mm-hmm. It's not always comfortable, people, but oh yeah, it works, doesn't it, Megan?
It does. And I love that you said that, because I really embody authenticity and vulnerability. And, writing the book and like all of this stuff, I was literally in the midst of my own trauma. And what I didn't realize is how my limiting self-beliefs and I allowed myself to stay in this for 6 years, because I wasn't using my skills. I wasn't working on myself. And everyone noticed. And it wasn't until like I said goodbye to that story, said goodbye to him, started writing my book, where people are like, you're like a totally different person, like even just facial expressions and just how calm I was. And because I kept allowing that story to take over my life. And so, yeah, that timeline and saying, this is what's continuing to happen. And people notice when you start doing work on yourself and start really creating that confidence.
I love that. And how do you help your clients embody the successful woman's mindset?
Definitely accountability. Accountability is huge. So, and being honest with yourself and with your accountability person, just saying, this is where I'm struggling, and really taking the time, encouraging them. I always give them homework. I don't like to call it homework. I call it like, growing tasks, and, so that they're continuing to do this on a weekly basis, so that they're able to do this on their own. They're able to change these thoughts. But for me, it's really, really encouraging them for accountability, to be honest, that it's okay if you have a day where you just are sad or depressed or that kind of stuff. You just don't want it to stay like that consistently. So just encouraging them, to have a relationship with me, where there's no judgment, there's honesty, and so that we can just, move this together and start creating the life they've always wanted.
Yes. And many people get so comfortable in the life that they have today, mm-hmm. even though that little voice inside them says, I'm meant for more, they tend to ignore it. But what I found with a lot of women I work with in businesses, that voice doesn't go away. So if you have that little voice inside you that's saying, I'm meant for more, I'm worth more, I have more value than this. I don't care if it's your relationship, I don't care if it's your business. It doesn't matter what it is, your health. There are people out there like Megan and myself that we have different areas of expertise, and you can go to the next level. I had the most amazing conversation last Friday, Megan, with a woman from the UK that's hired me as her business coach. And it was, I'm ready, and the eyes get all exciting, and I'm ready to go to the next level in my business. It's great what I'm doing, but I'm ready to speak at corporate level. I'm ready to put on workshops, and this excitement, and it's just that piece, that one small make the effort. And I know, Megan, you're going to be offering everybody something free today to give them that jump start, and all of our speakers in this summit are. What is it that you're offering today?
Well, I just want to say real quick, you were talking about nudging feelings, and that's literally the beginning of my book. I talk about my nudging feeling and how I ignored that. Yes. And how I was living a mediocre life. And so I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because it's absolutely true. And so true. We cannot ignore the nudging feelings. So I'm so glad you said that.
You can. You can. Well, you can. Many people do.
Yep.
We're giving you the insight to not ignore it.
Exactly.
I think a very large percentage of women do ignore it. Oh. And I think that it saddens me. If you ask me what one of my goals is in life, is to get women to that point where in their business or in their speaking, they recognize, I really need to stop ignoring that little voice, because it's talking to you for a reason.
Yeah.
And you want to listen to it, because it won't go away, but you could wake up in 40 or 50 years and it may be too late. I'm sorry, but at some point in your life, it could be too late. So why wait? Why not grasp it today and do something with it? Right, Megan?
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So what are you offering everybody today?
So I'm offering a free webinar. It's called You Are Enough. It's based on the principles of my book. Just offers a little bit more in-depth information and amazing exercises and things that you could implement today. And so it's called the You Are Enough webinar.
And how do they access it?
I will put the link in the Facebook Live here.
And also we'll put it in the email if you're watching this in replay.
Yes, and the email. And they can also go to my website, meganfenyoe.com.
Perfect. Yeah, that's probably the best place for them to go. Absolutely. Yes. But we'll make sure we put the link below. And if you'd like to get a hold of Megan and learn more about her transformations and how she helps her clients overcome, which I love, mindset. All the women that I've had in the summit have been so aligned with the book. And I love that you're helping people with their mindset. I think it's such an important piece of your success. Obviously, I think that. You can get a hold of Megan and find her through social media as well. Through her first and last name, I'm sure. And then what is the name of your podcast if anyone wants to listen, Megan?
Yeah, it's called the Blonde Bombshell Podcast. So we have a group on Facebook, also blondebombshellpodcast.com. And I also have a group on Facebook called the You Are Enough community. And it's just all about empowering and lifting each other up. So if anyone's interested in joining that community as well, it's called the You Are Enough community.
Great. Oh, those are all wonderful things. Make sure you take advantage of what all of the speakers are giving you in these Mondays, in these interviews, in the Successful Women's Mindset Book Launch Summit. My goal is to spotlight women that really embody the Successful Woman's Mindset. That's the whole reason I wrote this book. It's the whole reason I want to put it out there for anyone watching. So anyone that's interested in purchasing the book, please visit thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com. And I appreciate you watching another fabulous interview. We have a few more coming up today if you want to take a look on the hour. And my name is Galit Ventura Rozen. And thank you, Megan, for joining me.
Thank you. I'm so excited to read your book, and congratulations on all your success.
Thanks, Megan.